Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode. So basic with a little extra. If we haven't met yet, my name is Anna, and I am here to share my basic story for you to get a little extra inspiration, a little extra encouragement, or an extra laugh. And yes, you are listening to my birds in the background. They were pretty quiet. They're here in my office, so you might see them flying here. They're my coworkers, I call them. So I hope it's not too loud, but it's to add some ambience too. So today I want to talk to you about basic logic with a little extra wisdom. So um, let's talk inflammation. Yeah, I had no idea I was living my life away with inflammation. I didn't even know. I just thought I was fat. But it happens that no, some of that puffiness was inflammation. And, thinking about, okay, well, I'm fat. There's nothing really I can do about it. I mean, you can, right? But I was like, it's okay. This is I'm gonna eat whatever I want to eat, and life is short, and that kind of mentality until I stumble. They're getting loud because they're hearing me talk. So, hey, Nico, come back out. You want to come out? Um, because they will just interrupt me when I'm talking. Anyways, so yeah, inflammation was a big eye opening for me. Like, I had no idea what it was, what it meant, and what was doing to my body. So it happens that once that I try it and I saw the difference, I'm like, oh my gosh, all my life I thought I was normal. It was normal to feel that way. With stomach aches here and there, like super bloated. The first thing I noticed was my wedding band, because look how they loose they are. I actually had to resize my wedding ring a couple of months ago because it was falling off and I was scared to lose it. So, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to actually resize it. So it's also a reminder of, keeping up with my health. As soon as I start noticing that I'm having trouble putting it in or taking it out, I'm like, okay, let's time to check my food. So inflammation, I discover it comes from the stuff that we eat mainly, but there are all other factors like stress. Yeah, stress can cause inflammation. So how much peace do you have in your life? Because ones that I tested and I learned all the things that cause inflammation, it was just a mind blowing thing to see, how stress, because stress rises your levels of cortisol, which is called the stress hormone. And this hormone creates inflammation. And this is a good thing because that means that your body itself, oh, it's wonderful. It's giving you heads up. It's like an alarm, like, hey, pay attention to this. What's going on? What are you doing? What are you eating? Who are you having beef with? So yeah, so the basic things that I discovered that were creating inflammation and that you can start doing today is just remove certain foods from your diet, or just kind of be aware of it. This is my basic advice. Do not start, yeah, like okay, I'm not going to eat this ever again. It's impossible. That's why all the diets have failed for me. And, my husband, he says it's funny because he says that diets, that's why they have that word at the beginning, die, because you feel like you're dying when you're dieting. So we stay away from that. And it also does something to your mind, saying, like, I'm on a diet. So, no, I'm never going to diet again. So, what I do is practice awareness with my food and to prevent inflammation. Like, I'm telling you, my necklaces, like, I had a choker necklace that I love that I usually don't take off. And I thought it was a choker and I liked the way it looked, but it happens that I was inflamed and I was like, that's why it was a choker, but it's actually a little necklace. Now it falls down my line and in my neck. And those little things of noticing, um, changes in my body and how I feel, and I feel more active and I can move faster. I can lift up more stuff. I'm not in pain as much as I used to with my fingers and my knees, especially. So, yeah, those are the benefits of getting rid of the inflammation. So, what causes the inflammation? The number one, like I said, is the food, because the food that we are eating, especially here in the United States, is just super contaminated. I refuse for a long, long time to get rid of many things, or even be curious about what some people were talking about. I'm like, they're just hippies, tree huggers, and I used to make fun of those people, and now um, I'm a tree hugger. So the ultra processed foods are basically everything that is in your pantry, everything that it has, live shelf chemicals, anything that comes in a can, in a jar, in a box. That basic. So that's number one. Number two, the cold cuts, like ham, pepperoni, salami, even turkey, hot dogs, all that kind of stuff. It creates a lot of inflammation. Yeah. So say goodbye to your sandwiches. There's a lot other options for that. I will give you that later. But yeah, now and then I watched this video on how they make ham and hot dogs. I'm not sure if I want to share that, because it was a big visual for me that I think I even caused me trauma on how these things are made, and it is like mega gross. So yeah, now I understand why it creates inflammation. In the number three poison food that I have constantly being aware of, and it wasn't shocking because I think it's basic logic, but it does something to your mind. It's the fast food. You will not see me eating fast food often. Because I still do here and there, but I can tell you that I regret it immediately. Number one. Number two, it's only because I am in a social setting, and especially with my teenage daughter and her friends. If it happens once a month or every other month or something like that, and I try to go with the lesser um, damaging food from a fast food place. As we usually do Chick-fil-A, so I will get the kids meal, because who can resist Chick-fil-A and the fries? Um, and if you speak bird, he's probably translating everything I'm saying. He's just gonna get louder and louder. Anyways, so yeah, fast food, it's pretty much eliminated almost from our diet. And yeah, I've seen tremendous difference in my body, in my digestion, and the way I feel. So Yeah, not to mention, here comes like the biggest scare part that it came for me is that the long-term inflammation can lead you to, cardiovascular diseases. And because of my heritage, I have a very big percentage of potential of having these diseases. In fact, in January of 2020, in December of 2023, I was diagnosed with diabetes, and then at the middle of the year, I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's disease, and I also got tested for um, rheumatoid arthritis. Can't even say that. Sound basic. Um, and some other. Oh yeah, my heart. I had to have like three different kinds of tests for my heart because of my cholesterol. They found a gene in me, a mutated gene that does not allow me to process cholesterol like a normal person. So yeah, so I'm a high risk of cardiovascular disease, and that was pretty scary for me. So yes, if you continue in a path of ignorance, you are very well on the way to develop one of these terrible diseases, which is Hashimoto's, diabetes, cancer, um, pain on your joints, heart attacks, strokes, you name it, high blood pressure. So, yeah, so that sounds pretty scary, isn't it? But here's the thing, being scared or afraid comes from the devil, and God wants us to God is a God of love, and he wants us to love ourselves so we can give him glory. And that's why I'm here, and I'm going to give you some couple of tools and things that I have done that have changed all that for me. It's a mind, body, and spirit kind of change. Like I said, it's not a diet, it's a different way of living. So for me, these are the three tips I'm going to give you that have helped me. So the number one is fasting. Okay, so um don't be like basic me and start doing things, out of the bag in a crazy mode. So that's why I'm here also to help you. If you want some information on how to start, just send me a message, leave a comment. I have a guide, a PDF guide on how to ease you into these changes, especially if you're a girl, because the way I started fasting was just following my husband, right? Like he did it, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this. It was terrible. Now, because men can go longer hours for fasting. It's very different for women. So when I just like, oh, I'm just gonna do whatever he's doing because he lost the weight like this. Well, yeah, it so happens that men are not like women. Our bodies are a little bit more complicated. And actually, I was stressing out my body by stretching out my fasting time and creating more cortisol. And what did I tell you at the beginning? The cortisol creates more inflammation, right? So instead of helping myself, I was damaging myself. So now I learned how to fast. There has to be certain regulations or certain parameters that we girls have to follow. So, follow me for more information about that. So that's number one. Number two, omega 3. So this supplement has also, I tested it, and it does make a huge difference. Now, when it comes to supplements, you also want to be careful. There's a lot out there in the market, and there's a lot of ones that are not, um, you know, like the money makers are starting to find out that the money, it's not in the medicine anymore, but it's in the supplements. So be very careful. I'm not being paid for this or anything like that, but I just wanted to show you this is the one I take. It works really well, and I love it because it doesn't have a fishy taste. Like I've never tasted fish, and because you only take one supplement, one of the capsules a day, and they're pretty big. They're pretty big. I'll show you. So but like I said, I take it in the morning with my breakfast. I said breakfast because I'm fasting, so I don't eat breakfast until like 10, 11. And so that's that. It starts with protein. So there's another tip. And so omega-3 is going to be your best friend as far as supplements for inflammation. There's a lot more, but that's the basic. And then the third one is pick your good food, oils like the oils that the like sunflower seed, the vegetable oils, like all of the oils that I was used to cook with. I had no idea. I was just like, oh, let's just get the cheapest one, or like the one that my mom used, or like the brand that it's all out there. And never paid attention to the quality of oils, and that cause inflammation as well. So I did an intolerance food test, and it happens that olive oil, I'm intolerant to olive oil. So I cannot use that. But I can use avocado oil. So that's what I use to cook and in my salads, and just like a regular oil. The MCT coconut oil is also good. It's super good for you put a drop or two in your coffee, and that helps you with the fasting. I can tell you all about that also. And but protein is very important also, and especially if you're a girl and like in the 50s, just like me, 50 and fabulous. You want to create every meal based on your protein. It could be a shake with protein. It could be, like breakfast. You start with protein. Don't get rid of all those pancakes and cereals. In this house, you will never find a cereal. Pancakes, I do them with vegetables, like sweet potatoes and oatmeal instead of flour. You learn to substitute things little by little. Like I said, you don't want to get rid of all the things that you like, because then you're going to hate it. And what you do is that you have to rebuild your core, your mind, and try new things, and start from there. And limit the ultra processed foods. Like I said, you don't have to stop eating at the fast food restaurant if that's your thing. But instead of doing it 5 days a week, do it 4, and then 3, and then as your body starts adapting to the new stuff and the good stuff, it's going to even reject it when you have it. And let me tell you, it's not fun, but it's a good reminder of like how we need to take care of ourselves, right? um in another episode, I'm gonna go over like this is one of the substitutes that I've done. It's not like great for me because it has almonds, and I just discovered I'm intolerant to almonds too, and it's not gluten free. But they're really good. They're low in sodium and in sugar, and you can have 19 crackers. Always look at the serving size and try to stick to that, for 130 calories. So yeah, I am learning to read the labels as well. So these are a good crunchy. Like if you want to get rid of chips, try to substitute with something that it's healthier, even if it's processed. So that's that. And so I hope this is helpful, and I hope Nico wasn't too annoying. He doesn't want to come out here, but you can check out some of my videos here if you want to meet him. He flies around here sometimes. So thank you so much for watching. And here is my basic wisdom for today before we leave. choose your food wisely. If you have any questions, if you want a PDF with more information on fasting, just send me a message and I'll be glad to help you. Thank you so much. And let me pull out my goodbye video if I can find it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done it. That will help me a whole lot. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.